Daniel, what do we got to talk about today on the Hylian Gamescast episode?
Several things. That number goes here. Episode of the Hylian Gamescast. Well, first of all, dang guys, we just talked to Grant Kirkhope.
Grant Kirkhope, thank you. If you are for some reason still watching,
dude.
I apologize for
yes.
being 15 minutes tardy.
Yes, but it was incredible experience. So once we're all done this, everyone in the chat here should go watch that after. But don't leave us, please.
Yeah, because for now, we're going to be talking about one news story, and then we're going to leave, because we already did the Zelda mailbag with Grant.
True, but also...
Well, we did the DK mailbag with Grant.
The DK mailbag, yeah. The banjo mailbag.
Yeah.
It was a rare occasion to have a guest like that. But today we're going to be talking about
Turtles.
The sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
obviously. What else would we talk about?
We're going to be talking about Demise.
No, we are not.
Did you watch the interview I put up with Pierre from IGN?
Yeah.
He thought it was Demise.
He did. You know what? I respect Pierre. He's a great dude, great journalist.
And I did not
don't agree with
him.
that assessment, though.
Because
I really don't.
Wanted him to like me.
I actually, Austin John Plays thought it was Demise, and then a couple days later he made another video and he was like, actually, it's probably not. Just kidding.
I mean, at least it's okay to do that. I think you're allowed to change your stance on something based on new information.
So Daniel,
and you garner more respect that way when you go, hey, I thought it was this, and now I actually think it's this.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Ilya may know about this because I had sent her the script.
Let's go on.
But there are two different Ganondorfs. So what if this is second Gany?
The Four Swords Adventure Ganondorf?
Yeah. Because
the second script you gave me, I don't have access to, so I never actually saw it.
You know, should I give a recap of the spiel I sent you yesterday when I should have been sleeping and instead I was messaging you, Jesse?
Yes, because I didn't read it.
That's okay. It was long. Maybe I'll try and find it. But okay, the gist is, if it is Twilight Princess Ganondorf, Dragon Break's still possible, but less likely.
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
I think if it is like the TP Ganondorf, it is still super duper likely that, like, I don't think anything at all that I've seen in this trailer changes anything to do with the Dragon Break.
Oh, I don't think so either, because I mean the Dragon Break just includes all the timelines, so that theory would still stay intact if there's ties to one of the timelines. But all of that aside, I don't think this is going to be a Ganondorf we've seen in the past. I think this is going to be a new take on Ganondorf. And it reminds me of when the first Breath of the Wild, which is a wild thing, just a crazy thing for me to say, the first Breath of the Wild. My mind's spinning from that sentence. When the trailers dropped and everything, there was that line about, you have to shine the light on Hyrule again, whatever. And everyone jumped on saying, like, this is a link from a previous game. It has to be because of this one line of dialogue. That has to be it. That's a fact. And everyone started treating it as fact in all of their theories. Yep. Myself included. We're all guilty. But it wasn't. It was just a new link, but he had a history. And I think it's going to be the same with Ganondorf. I think this is a new take on Ganondorf we haven't seen before. He's going to have his own rich backstory, which is kind of hinted at with the cave art drawings, which everyone's saying is Zonai drawings, but actually is more resembles the tapestry artwork, in my opinion. That's in Impa's house. But I don't think Nintendo, just the way Impa's the old lady.
Which old lady?
The old one in Kakarikaville. Jesse, you're killing me right now.
Which Kakarikaville?
The history of Calamity Ganon, that one.
Yeah, that one. That one.
Thank you, Mom.
History of Calamity Ganon, or was it? The history of the royal family of Hyrule is the history of
Why didn't she take that young
Ganon,
juice?
a primal evil that has endured
it was her sister,
over the
right?
ages.
Her sister took that young juice.
Yes.
Why
Her sister
doesn't
took the
she
young
do
juice.
it? And then maybe she could
doesn't
actually
wanna.
move instead of sitting in the same spot the entire time.
People think she's wiser if she doesn't. If you're young, you're not wise.
But the other one was
No.
like actually doing stuff to help you. Like she was building robots and stuff to like give you.
True.
Oh, there's
Impa
an
gives you
N10
the
raid.
champion's tunic.
N10, for those who don't know, is 10 people with Hylian Luke
There's
counted
actually
as.
11 of. No, I'm kidding.
There's
Sorry.
like so they have
I'm joking.
N10 and N10 Plus. It's a group of Nintendo people that Cliff and Davey really want to join. So if that doesn't happen, then you're all fired. I don't own N10, but you're all fired from it if they don't get it. I think I can do that some way. But back to the podcast, Daniel.
Yeah. Anyway, my rambling.
Young Juice.
I don't mean to say this is what I necessarily want Nintendo to do, and we still fun to speculate. Theories are fun. I love them, but that's just my thought of what Nintendo is gonna do. So yeah, I don't think. Sometimes you got to take a step back when people throw a fan theory out and think like, is this a reach? Does this sound like a fan theory? Because
Like
if so,
the hero
Nintendo,
Ganondorf.
yeah, like the hero Ganondorf. Stop that one. I hate that theory. It sounds so corny. It's like I just don't like. But anyways, there is an actual news story we're supposed to talk about, and we just started talking about the trailer again.
It's cool. You funny, Jeff.
Hang on, I've got the news. So
We're
this
more organized when famous people are in the present.
apparently,
Yeah.
I'm all
I
sweaty.
can't speak.
But the news story that we were going to talk about comes from Nintendo Everything. There was an interview with.
Oh
a
wait,
certain
before we
man.
start, I have a really cool story. Do you guys know
Yes.
Davey?
No.
So
Yes,
he was
Nintendo
he was
Davey.
standing there talking to the one dudes, the other Chamber of Sages people, like Zeltic or Dr. Wily or
Yeah.
whoever,
Oh yeah.
which is cool enough on its own for him,
Totally.
because he really likes them and
Network.
stuff. And he said
Get
that
that
like
network.
while he was standing there, he felt like a squeeze on his shoulder, like someone.
It was a ghost.
Sort of, kind of. Like
Okay.
someone who like comes up to you and like they just like squeeze your shoulder, pat you on the back or something. They're like, "Hey, what's
the
up?"
ghost of Cliff.
Kinda.
Is
It's,
Cliff
it's,
okay?
it's a very Cliff thing to do to Davey.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But what
Have you
happened? Get this. So he's like, "Oh, that must be like Cliff or someone or whatever." He turns around. Guess who it is?
Jesse, it's you.
Aonuma.
What?
Yeah. So when Ziltic and everyone was like, whenever we talked to them again, when we were supposed to go out and have dinner with them or whatever the second time, they were like, "Hey, that's they told us that like Aonuma walked past them or whatever." Well, apparently Davey in the chat there, he says I heard my name. Apparently he was telling me last night on Discord, when Aonuma walked past them all. That was when he got the tap on the shoulder, and it was Aonuma trying to go to the bathroom, but he was blocking the way. So Aonuma had to tap him to move out of the way.
Never wash your shoulder again.
And then he was like, I wanted to like stop and say hi or something, but
he's
he
going
was
to the
on his way to the bathroom. So I
Well, that's like when we saw him. We were standing in line to go into the Nintendo booth, and the lineup for those who are not at E3 or I don't know. It's behind the booth, and it's between the Nintendo booth and the bathroom. So we saw Aonuma come out of the bathroom and he's just like hustling back to the Nintendo booth. And I saw him, and I had a moment of I was like, I know that person. Who is that's familiar? Oh my god! And there's the realization. I'm like, it's Aonuma, but he's just power walking, and like my whole body froze, and I was just like, and Kayla was like, she knew I saw something, so she's like there, and I'm just like,
Didn't that happen with Gerard too?
with Gerard,
Some
Kind
person. I don't remember if it was the completionist or someone else.
we saw Gerard this year, but we were in line, and he went by, and we didn't want to jump out of line. But
yeah.
I mean,
We saw a lot
died
of
a
people
little.
this year.
we saw a lot of people going
Yeah.
between the Nintendo booth and that bathroom. I'm just gonna tell you that. I
Literally,
saw-
like
I missed some stuff.
yeah, and then
gonna
it
start-
was. Sorry.
Oh no, you go.
I was
You
gonna
go.
say it was like literally the first 2 minutes that we walked in, we stood in line and we already had someone that recognized. Well, it was my friend Lisa and her friend. We had like just got in line for the Zelda thing, and I heard my name, and then I was telling Davey last night, it's like that meme that you see where the guy's pointing at the wall with all the strings and posters on it.
Yes.
So that was going on in my head, trying to figure out who this person is, because I just hear like some girl say my name, and I'm like doing all the math in my head, like trying to figure out the voice before I turn around, so I know the person's name, and then I turn around, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's Lisa. Because
it
all
helps
of the
too
tattoos
that everyone's wearing name badges. You could have cheated and done that.
That is true. I could have.
Everyone has.
I tried that. There was the guy when we were standing in line for coffee, and I had the headphones on. That industry guy that like worked for Ubisoft or whatever came up, was like, "Hi, I'm a big fan." Blah blah blah, and I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
There was a lot of that. People recognized Jesse, just Jesse. They loved him. People were like, we were in the Link's Awakening line, and someone's like, "Hey, I like your channel," Jesse, and we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Put the podcast on when I'm at work. I like your guys' channel." And I was like, "This guy cool. I like this guy." And just like people like that always stopping. The only people who knew who I was were actually other creators, but all the fans that we met only knew who Jesse was, which I thought was interesting.
And then there was the end of the first day when we were going to meet Amanda at the media hall. There was like we were walking down the hallway. Just that we were just walking down the hallway, and there was two groups of people that stopped us and was like, "Oh my God, can we get a picture with you?"
Yeah. It was incredible.
Yeah, and then the first time it was this one group of people that were, they said they were competitive Smash Brothers players.
Oh,
yes.
And
then we took the picture with them, they left. We took like 2 more steps, and then another group came up and was like, "Oh my God, Jesse, can we get a picture with you?"
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I told you a long time ago I was at a Disney audition, and a girl we had the same Zelda bag. And
she came up and hugged you and spun you around and was like, "Can you sing to me?"
No, gosh, I would run away screaming. But she was like, "Are you on YouTube?" And like, I was like, "There's no way she knows my channel," because at the time I had maybe like 300, but she knew the Hylian Games cast, and I was like, and I almost introduced with my real name, so I'm so glad I had the wherewithal to be like,
"Yeah, my name's Lasagna,
not my normal name."
Yeah, her real name's Lasagna.
See, my name is Daniel, and there's like, if you just. There's like 1 jillion Daniels, so I got nothing to worry about.
And there's at least 2 Daniel Fergusons, so.
Yeah,
it's true. There's a great impressionist guy that.
Even when we were talking to Amanda, she was like, "Yeah, I seen someone earlier wearing a GameOverJesse shirt."
And I'm like, that was like, what?
Yeah.
But we never saw that person, but that's, oh well. But yeah, there was a lot of, also that Cody, what was his name, Cody?
Cody Davies.
Pretty sure he offered me a job. Because he like slid me his card. He's like, we're always looking for people, and wink wink. And I'm like,
Cody's so cool. I gotta show you running. He was running through the bubbles. I showed it to Kayla. It's the funniest video on YouTube. So Cody Davis, who he's the webmaster. He doesn't own, but he basically runs Zelda Universe. And
very nice guy.
He came up to me twice. We were talking to Amanda. He walked out and came up, and then there's another time Morgan stopped me. And then Cody was there with him, and every single time I was like, "Cody!" and I gave him a big hug. But
he
Cody,
loved you.
Yeah, Cody was he bought me the webcam I'm using now. Actually, when I was writing for Zelda Universe, he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna send you some stuff," and he sent like a Link amiibo, the webcam, and something else. I feel like I should pay him back because I didn't write much for Zelda Universe.
Hugs. You paid him in hugs.
Yeah. No, but so he used to be on Beauty and the Geek. It was a TV show that I used to love, but he was on the Australian version, like season 4, I think. And the intro for it is like all of the beauties and all of the models and stuff, and all of the nerdy people like running into the mansion, because it's a giant mansion, and they're just running through the front door of the mansion. There's like giant bubbles and glitter and stuff everywhere, and they're all just like popping the bubbles and stuff, and like pajamas and everything, and I'm like, that looks like the funnest thing ever. So I'll just watch it and be like, "Cody,
I wonder if they had to, if it was staged, they had to like do it 10 times. Probably. And the director's like, "Look like you're having fun, damn it!" Like, just more fun.
No, I've always wanted to bring him on to watch it, because I watched it and it got me addicted to the other seasons. I went and watched the other seasons because I was like,
"Where's he on the podcast? We gotta."
I wanted to bring him
on the list.
I wanted to bring him on the podcast specifically to talk about the Beauty and the Geek stuff, but all of that was like 5 years ago, so now I feel like it's just a big blur for him.
We just talked to Grant Kirkhope about a game from 25 years ago, so
yeah.
I didn't realize he started composing the year I was born.
Whoa! Holy wow!
He opened for some big bands.
It's just wild to think he went
on this podcast,
a metal band to Banjo-Kazooie.
You can't tell in the DK rap.
I mean, he did do 007, but
okay, true, but
I can't do it. He did it. He was like, dude.
But he was also classically trained at a university, so that makes sense.
Amazing guy.
All right, so the first piece of news, we should really get into that. Yeah,
we should do that.
Because Ilya said she had to leave at some time. Daniel, tell us our only piece of news.
So this news
I
comes
wish it
from
was
Nintendo Everything.
There's a Zelda board game, Derek. Just answer his question. Go on, Daniel.
All right. From Nintendo Everything, they report the Breath of the Wild sequel happened because the team had too many ideas to fit in DLC. Makes sense. Yeah. So the quote is from a Kotaku interview with Mr. Aonuma, who, if you don't know who he is, Google him. Because
what's wrong with you?
Shocked. Why are you on this podcast? He touched Davy's shoulder. Yeah. That's how he's known. That's what he's best known for.
That's a lawsuit.
The quote is, when we released the DLC for Breath of the Wild, we realized that this is a great way to add more elements to the same world. But when it came down to technical things, DLC is pretty much data. You're adding data to a pre-existing title. And so when we wanted to add bigger changes, DLC was not enough, and that's why we thought maybe a sequel will be a good fit. Initially, we were thinking of just DLC ideas, but then we had a lot of ideas, and we said, this is too many ideas. Let's just make a new game and start from scratch. Boom. The rest of the article is just like filler stuff from the but that's the meat of this is the Aonuma quote. So yeah, I mean it sounds very much like the Zelda team to have that problem. We got too many ideas. We got to just make a new game.
We've seen that. We've seen that in the original art book they released. To where not the art book, but the creating champions or whatever. Because,
yes, absolutely beautiful.
Like
book.
They had like 4 divine beasts in the game, but then they had artwork for like 20,
8 of them or something. Like they had tons of ideas, and
and then
a lot of them are just similar to each other, but still.
They had the Minish, the underwater exploration, and everything. And even in an interview before I think they had officially announced DLC, Aonuma was like, "Well, I feel the world isn't complete. So if we did have DLC, it wouldn't be adding a new area to the world. It would be adding to the world that it already exists. Because every time I go back to make something, all the team tells me, no, we can't do that. We need to release the game." So that should have been a hint from the very beginning, because apparently Aonuma was just like, hey, what if we like put a new village at this mountain, and then there's this thing that's over there, and then we can do this other thing, and then we can do that. And the team's like, no, we're just gonna
we gotta stop delaying this game.
So, people will only wait so long. I know it's Zelda, but
So
maybe.
We'll just go around really quick. Each of us will give our idea on like what's gonna happen in the second game and everything, and then we'll end it that way. We can just
zombie.
There is a zombie. I don't even know what to call him in the thing. So
zombie
like in the
we dead Ganondorf.
In the thing with Ilya, I sent her the script, and like every time I would just mention it, I would be like the zombie corpse. Because it's like I don't know what to
Raisin Ganondorf. He's a little dried up.
Raisin Gan. 2 scoops of evil.
Yeah. No. So with mine, I think so. Like here's the story. Okay, so starting as soon as Breath of the Wild 2 ends, Zelda's like, hey, the king, blah blah blah.
We're supposed to start at the beginning of Breath of the Wild 2.
No, you can do whatever.
You said Breath of the Wild 2 ends.
Yeah, I think this is the beginning. What? No, I said as soon as Breath of the Wild ends.
You said Breath of the Wild 2. Anyways,
same thing.
I understand.
You know what you mean.
It's just DLC. So we have Breath of the Wild ending, and Zelda's like, hey, Link, King blah 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 says that Va blah 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 is acting up. Varuta or whatever. So they go to check it out. And what I think, like, that's the first one that starts acting up. And then they all start acting up. And then they notice, oh, something weird, like something funky is going on. Like, is Funky Kong around here? Because there's some weird stuff
He's finally here.
Exactly.
Performing for you.
So they like head out trying to look for Funky Kong to fix everything. And they wind up at the castle, and like they notice some room or some chamber, because you know Zelda was lost in there for like 100 years, so she probably knows everything about it. So they go there, and she's like, hey, there's this one room that we never went in. And then they like go into it or whatever, and they do something, and that's when the castle like starts coming up. And then they notice like a different pathway they can take. Or they're probably like where the cutscene like in Hyrule Field where it shows the castle raising up, that might just be them looking at it, I don't know. And then they go there. And then they end up discovering the pathway underneath into what everyone's calling an actual dungeon. And there's like the waterway. Somewhere they find a wild elephant. I don't
pretty
know.
sure that's like one of the water buffaloes that are in the game. Everyone's saying it's a new animal, but I'm pretty sure that I've seen those in like the Faron province, but it does look bigger. But
yeah, so they they get the elephant. They start walking down the
definitely not an
river
elephant
path.
though.
Apparently, it's so long that they have to camp out. So like when you watch it, it's like 10 seconds and they see Ganondorf. Apparently in the game, it's going to be a huge walk because they have to like stop, camp out, and everything, and then get up and start going.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Apparently, like it's not like as soon as you get there. It'll probably be like if anyone played the end of Final Fantasy VII, when you go down the cave, like that's the entire third game is just that one cave. It'll probably be something like that, to where like it is a huge dungeon that you have to go through, and then like once you finally get to the bottom of it, there's Ganon, and he's just like a weird corpse, and everyone thinks that like it's like an evil thing, like the arm thing that's like holding his chest down. Everyone think that looks evil, but it looks like it's holding him in place, like it's the curse or the seal or whatever that's holding him. Frick.
No, I didn't.
The whispers. It's like when you see the part where Zelda like holds the torch and goes, and like Link looks at her.
Now you're frozen.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And Daniel.
Jesse's back.
Oh no! Yeah, you're.
I hear him. Jesse.
It was just crazy. I saw that video. And I was like, it was Awesome Face Prod and a couple others. They played it backwards, and it's literally a whisper, "Help us, please." And I'm like, what?
They put subtle things in there. Did you see Zeltic's video?
I've seen a lot of them. Which one?
Okay, he put out a video, I think it was today or very recently. Apparently in the music for Inside the Divine Beasts in Breath of the Wild, there's an SOS signal in Morse code in the song.
Oh my gosh, no, that's in my watch later because I saw something about like the Divine Beast, sad fate or something.
Oh
he
yeah,
goes so in depth. No, it's
so
totally
good,
fine.
You still should watch the video because it's good.
I will always watch Zeltic's videos.
Yes.
But I mean, like the amount of stuff Nintendo puts in there, I feel like they don't even just put it in there because I feel like they know we will find this stuff out.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
yeah.
It makes it that much better when we're like, everything was in there.
Oh, yeah. Super. Jesse, you okay?
Yeah, it's literally your last message too. Jesse, you okay?
I'm just...
Actually, it just says Jess.
Jess,
I'm
you okay?
making sure that everything doesn't freeze up again.
So. Yay.
We're all having tech issues today. It's stupid.
Yeah, my stream died. My stream was possessed by zombie Ganondorf.
I think it's just my laptop overheating. Because the way I have it set up. So.
In the chat, Gibbs says Daniel has a man crush on Zeltic. Yeah, what of it, man?
What of it? They sat in front of each other at dinner, and they made out a few times, bought each other drinks.
Ew.
We just talked.
That's what they call it.
That's what they comment.
We just talked.
He
Who
was a
else you
cool
been
guy
talking
talk
to, Daniel?
We had the same. We're both like
Yeah, I get it.
both had the same favorite
you both have a
beer,
lot
and
of
we-
stuff in common. I get it.
Yeah,
It's understandable.
we had a lot in common. We just had a lot to talk about. We
Illy,
both
there
like
was a thing
Zelda.
on Twitter
That was
where
weird.
Zeltic posted like he just got home and Daniel said something to him, and I was like, just get
I
married
said I was
already.
glad he had a safe flight. Okay.
I
You talk
commented
to
on it.
people after you meet them. It's normal.
I commented on it. I was like, just get married. Because the whole time Daniel was like, hey man, Zeltic just messaged me, and he was like, yeah. And then Kayla was like, hey, does Zeltic still want to hang out? Because the whole time Zeltic was messaging me, being like, hey, come meet us here, come here. And I'm like,
Because he's a cool dude. He wants to hang out with
yeah,
us.
I have to go to E3 next year. Oh my
I
gosh.
kept having to reschedule with him, and then we finally met up for dinner, but then there was like some stupid basketball game, so we had to wait until everyone left.
Ew.
Yeah, because the place was full, but it's legit
That was an amazing dinner.
my favorite place to eat in LA. So they have
It was
this really cool
good.
chicken sandwich that Daniel loves.
I didn't eat.
I was
No,
going to say,
Daniel's
if it's,
Talking about the vegetarian sandwich that
Daniel
I
eats
ordered?
Daniel eats their veggie pizza or their
It's-
vegan pizza.
It was a margarita.
okay, because when you
It
said
wasn't
chicken
vegan.
sandwich, I was like, no, pretty sure Daniel didn't eat that.
Correct.
Just, yeah.
But that dinner was amazing. We had N64 Josh there, who I'm gonna buy his
Yeah,
audiobook because he was just a really amazing dude to talk to.
He's a cool dude.
Celtic was there, also super cool dude. Obviously, we've just been talking about him. Conrad from Commonwealth Realm, very
Maya,
cool, upsetting guy.
her boyfriend.
Dr. Wiley.
Did you
Dr.
hear what
Wiley.
Maya did?
What?
She
one
got
of-
into an argument with Dr. Wiley.
No, on one of the days, Maya and some dude, not her boyfriend, some other guy she was with, rented
Did she
a
punch someone?
Lamborghini for one day.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like she punched someone or like bit a guy's ear off or something. Like that
Close.
seems more like Maya. But
Whenever we first ran up to her, she just like wrapped her arms around me and squeezed the life out of me, and I'm like, ugh, I can't breathe.
How?
Maya.
She's
Hi,
so
Cliff.
tiny.
That's
thank
what
you
I
for the
thought.
super chat.
Cliff, thank you for the 99
You're a
cents.
legend. Cliff was also at that dinner.
He was. Cliff.
He was the man of the table. He was literally at the head of the table.
I had
He
him
was-
taking pictures
Yeah,
because we had the same phone.
Cliff, thank you for the super chat. Do you have something you want to ask us? Do you have a question? Do you just want to say hi?
CJ sub to you.
We
Daniel.
love you. Who? What?
Yeah. So who all was there? It was me,
Oh, thanks.
you,
Wow.
Kayla.
He just did another one. Cliff.
Okay, so it was
Calm down,
myself,
Thank you.
Daniel, Kayla, Gibbs, Maya's boyfriend,
Jordan.
Jordan, yeah. In 64, Josh, Dr. Wiley, Commonwealth Realm, Zeltic,
GameOverJesse was there, I think.
He said,
Zelda Master was supposed to be there, but he was lost
Oh.
in LA from what they said, and then HMK was at home. So it was really cool because it
Right.
was both of my groups. It was my Hylian Gamescast group and my Chamber of Sages group, and we all stood together for one big old picture.
That picture is amazing.
That's
It's a
so
legendary
cool.
picture.
Yeah, and then we took another one at E3 because they were like, yeah, man, we don't know where Luke is. He's here somewhere, we can't find him. And I look over and I'm like, I think that's Luke over
He's
there.
right there. He's right there.
Yeah, it was just Luke with his crew standing like 2 feet away. So then Zelda Master came over, and then I messaged HMK the picture, and it's like, rip.
Oh.
Yeah.
aw. Well, he had just gone to Japan, hadn't he? So he was like, kind of don't got money for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't all be Conrad, who is like traveling
And
all
Joey,
over the
Joey
place.
was on
Whoa,
too.
Justin too.
Halo Justin.
Thanks, Halo Justin, for the super chat. Wow.
Now, if someone gives us $20, I'll smack Daniel again.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
If anyone
Save it
remembers that.
for next year. Yeah. Well, I'll never forget that. That slap was sponsored by Audible.com.
And then
Because it was
Daniel
a
someone
very
donated
audible
$20 in I don't, what is it? Ruples, Mexican money, whatever they have in Mexico.
Pesos.
Someone
Pesos.
someone donated like $20 in pesos, or 20 pesos, I mean, which ended up being like $1 and something. And that was the smack that Daniel smacked me. And it's like, my smack to him was worth $20, but his smack to me was only $1.
That sounds right, because my smack was lame.
It's okay. We should have like stuffed our faces with bananas and then had someone smack, and whoever kept the banana in their mouth won.
Oh no.
Someone would have choked on it from laughing.
Yeah, someone would have died.
Alexis in the chat, who also helps out on the Facebook page, says, I'll give you a vanilla milkshake to slap him.
Oh,
who gets the milkshake and who gets slapped is the question.
It's going to be you. You get the milkshake. And I'm just going to be the slap guy.
All right, so I guess finishing off my thoughts on the thing.
Tell us
so they camp out, they go in there, and they see Ganondorf or whatever, and that green magic thing isn't bad. Everyone has been saying like, oh, this is like it's an evil curse or whatever, and I'm like, no, it's just green.
So it says
evil,
okay, hang on. Larulian Sheep just super chatted $5. Woot woot. Thank you.
Woot woot. Thank you for the $5, Larulian. That is the price for a milkshake. So Daniel,
there we go. The green text, someone translated it already. It's on the Nintendo World. What's the channel called? Nintendo World Report.
Oh, we got $20 now from Robert
Allen. Do it.
Daniel, you gotta smack yourself, Daniel.
The problem is that Jesse's in Tennessee and I'm in Vancouver, and so he can't slap me. But I'll. Am I doing this?
They donated $25 for you to smack yourself.
Just get my slapping hand right. Oh, there you go. What is happening right now?
Maybe they're paying you to eat a banana. I don't know.
Oh, no, I did that on my stream earlier. But the green text says Seal Ganon.
No, someone,
sound like
I think it was Dr. Wiley, posted on Twitter. He responded to the thing with HMK and stuff. And it was like, he said something like, there's no way that says Ganon. Like, it does say Seal, but the letters never match up at all for it to say Ganon.
I guess I have to watch the video again that showed it, because it looked like it in the video, but maybe they misread it or something. But
it does make sense for it to say Seal Ganon, but
it does.
Yeah.
Like when you read all of the Hylian text, it's always something that's like super duper, like all of the text is super literal.
Yeah.
Like
Larulian Sheep $2 super chat says, do it, banana. So are we...
You have to eat a banana, Daniel.
I have to?
I don't have bananas.
He paid the money for you to eat a banana. Hi, Ilya.
I was going to say, the only time that I was thinking of a text that was like literal but kind of weird was the, what does it say? When you get the Sheikah runes, doesn't it say all your base are? Isn't it that one? It says all your base are.
Does it? That's a meme from an old game.
I know, but it's either the Sheikah runes or the Sheikah towers. Something says all your base are.
Possibly.
Yes, it's in the guidance stones. There's like downloading as one of them, and then it says there's
one of them.
I should just start keeping bananas at my desk.
It's just
this is going to keep happening.
I can't believe no one donated during the grant stream.
They were probably all just like, whoa.
Were we streaming that part?
There we go, $2. Are you happy?
Lech. Die Banane ist sehr schlecht.
Die Banana.
What? I feel like
it's not die. They're saying die banana.
Sounds are real gross, but
is this
I said the banana is very bad.
Wait.
It's good.
We have a question.
The bananas.
Majora's Mask. The Majora's Masks asks a question. Okay, wait, so my question for GameOverJesse or anyone else who has an idea, is Breath of the Wild 2 releasing in 2020, 2021, or 2022? Because remember, because it is a sequel, the combat will be similar in Hyrule. So, people
Sorry, you go ahead first, Jesse.
I was going to say people...
I made a video on this, so...
People need this, you go ahead.
People look at Breath of the Wild, and they're like, oh, it took 5, 6, 7, however many years to release, blah, blah, blah. Nintendo only releases a game every blah, blah, blah years. Thing is... the game went through like 3 huge changes. A second banana from Gibbs.
Let me finish first. All right,
second.
You're gonna fill up with too much potassium.
The price for bananas has gone up to $5. Donate $5 for a third banana. I'll have to buy some bananas. So the thing is, Breath of the Wild did take a long time to make, but people forget it was Nintendo's first HD Zelda game. It was Nintendo's first game in that art style. It was Nintendo. They made.
Thanks for that clip.
They made Wind Waker HD while making Breath of the Wild, which also took time. And then they officially started on Breath of the Wild. They were halfway through developing Breath of the Wild when they showed off that first trailer of Link being chased by the Guardian. Thing is, the Guardian made such an impact on the audience, everyone started making videos. Nintendo decided to focus the game around the Guardian, whereas before it was just a random enemy. So now everything has this futuristic technology thing that the Guardians have. That's why in the next trailer they show off is the first time the Sheikah Slate is shown off. Because the Sheikah Slate didn't exist until everyone got all hype about the Guardians. So they had to tie the Guardians into the main story, and that's why the main story is there was hundreds of Guardians and they all attacked Hyrule, destroyed it and everything. And then they had a problem with the physics engine. The physics engine took the longest to get absolutely perfect. That's why it was delayed twice. And then while they were in the middle of trying to fix the physics engine, they also had to... You guys are gone again.
So, first world problems.
Alright, so, we're back. I was going to say, the problem with the physics engine was, while they were in the middle of doing that, that was also when they started transitioning to the new console. So now they had 2 completely new consoles they had never worked on before, and now it's finally like they're building the same game for both. That's why it took so long. Now the physics engine, which was the biggest problem, is working perfectly. They have no need to change it. They have it working absolutely perfect. That's what took 2 years of the development time to fix. There's interviews where they say that. And then they have... Daniel? Okay, I thought you guys froze again. So the physics engine, absolutely perfect. All of the models are already made. They'll have to make new models for new characters. They'll have to make new lands and stuff. But the thing is, Majora's Mask, everyone's like, yeah, but they reused everything from Ocarina of Time for Majora's Mask. That's why it's only took 1 year. And it's like, kind of. But they also have a bunch of new characters in Majora's Mask. The entire world was built from the ground up in that 1 year. It's not like they reuse Hyrule or any of the dungeons. They all remake it. They have all of the abilities and stuff whenever you get your new masks. All of the masks have their own abilities. All of the puzzles, everything was made from the ground up. The only thing they reused was character models and animations and stuff. Everything else was made in that 1 year. Wind Waker was made in 2 years. And that's an entirely new game. Everything made from the ground up. Everything made on an entirely new console in 2 years. Wind Waker. And they even rushed that game and took out a bunch of stuff. So people that say games that are rushed or games that only take so long are bad or whatever, Wind Waker is like at the top of everyone's favorite list. So with Breath of the Wild, with them literally reusing the exact same world again, just adding some stuff, it makes perfect sense that it could release next year.
By the way, I don't think the stream came back.
Your audio's gone, Daniel.
I heard him.
What?
Oh, I didn't hear him.
What? Okay.
I don't hear him.
You don't?
Do I have him accidentally muted? No.
Do you? Did you?
I don't hear him.
Oh, no. But you can hear me, Jesse?
I can.
Okay, I don't know.
Why am I not hearing?
I don't know.
Exit out, come back in, Daniel.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm back.
Yay! Okay.
Okay. Did the stream come back on?
I
don't think it's back on.
It is?
It's not. Or at least it's not showing for me. Rip. Nope. Nope.
not that. Go away, back. Yeah, no, it's not on for me either.
This is Ocarina of Time Link's hair.
Started streaming again. See if it came back.
Hey, at least none of this happened during the Grant Kirkhope stuff.
True. Very true.
I feel like I have to address him by his whole name. Like,
Yeah.
I can't just say Grant.
I'm dying.
Which also...
Fine.
Alright, we're
Okay.
going. It's streaming again.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining our TED Talk, our Grant Talk.
So I put these here subtly.
Are
while
we
hit
live?
Grant. Are we? Ow! I hit my elbow. I'm gonna just refresh this. Do the old refresh.
What does the fox say?
No,
I hate that song.
it's not working for me. But someone in the chat, Mr. Well, says y'all came back, so I don't know.
This is live.
It says live until I click into the video.
And then it says offline.
Yeah.
Well, we can just start with the video thing and just keep talking, and then I'll press stream here in a minute when maybe it fixes itself.
Trimmings and
Say it again.
the hand. Hang on, I'm gonna take these bananas off my hand. In the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, the way its design is reminds me of the aesthetic of the inside of the Tower of the Gods. The way all the statues and everything have all these gold trimmings with these bars that kind of jut out and like square spiral inward and stuff like that. Like that's just what the design reminds me of.
Yeah, I never
don't know if
noticed
there's
that Tower of the Gods thing.
I probably only did because I played Wind Waker recently. So, but yeah, it was just something I noticed. But it's definitely some kind of sealing magic for the Gerudo origin, or maybe some kind of combined Gerudo and other.
Yeah. So the Sheikah magic is blue.
Yeah.
All of the
it is working now.
the champions that give you magic, supposedly maybe that's like their own race abilities infused with Sheikah magic, and then they give it to you, and then you're able to use it, but it's still blue every time you use it. Maybe this one will introduce a different type of magic, presumably Twilight magic, because the Twilight thing did happen in the past of this game. So
maybe.
Well, like it has to have.
No,
Like,
it has.
like that's,
Either way,
that's
it's
where they
either-
sent Ganondorf.
Yeah, it's either Child Timeline at this point or Dragon Break.
Yeah.
That's where I'm sitting.
Yeah, same. So the green magic could be Twilight magic, whereas the blue magic is Sheikah magic, and everyone looks at that hand thing as if it is evil, but I don't think it is. Because if it was evil, it would be like grabbing Ganon and picking him back up instead of like acting as if it's holding him in place.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the thing too, but I think part of why people are like, it's the evil hand, is because everyone's jumping on the good Ganondorf theory.
yeah, and then we have
but
like there's a part where it looks like Link actually gets that power to like seal the thing, which is almost kind of like the time stasis power. It's just instead of holding them down, Daniel. No, we lost them again. So I'm just gonna keep recording, and if it cuts out live, then it just cuts out live. But anyways, the thing is, we see Link get the power himself.
Hey everyone, it's me again, Elia Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.